I've been creating content for over 10 years, and Canva has been part of my workflow throughout that time. And if there is one thing I have learned is that creating content doesn't have to feel chaotic. So in this video, I'm gonna show you 13 Canva features I use as a workflow to create, organize, and publish content with more ease. Let's start with feature number 1. To be able to use the workflow I'm going to show you in this video, it is pretty important to have the foundations right. And by this, I mean that you need to have a brand kit ready. You need to set it up. And if you haven't done it yet, I think this is a sign for you to do it. I know that it can feel a little bit like wasting time for some of the people watching this tutorial, as it takes time to set it up. But once you do it, it's going to save you so much time every day. So you're gonna go to canva.com, you're gonna open your account, and you're gonna click more. From here you see brand. This is the place where you are going to create and set up your brand kit. I do suggest you do at least the basics, which are setting up your brand colors. You can create here different color palettes if you have a Canva Pro account. And something new that Canva added last year, it is that you can add now gradients to your color palettes. So you can see in here we have solid colors, and then we have a gradient. And this is pretty easy to do. You're going to click on this plus icon to add a new color. And from here, you can add a solid color or you can add a gradient. And you can change the colors from here. You can use your own branded colors if you want. And you can adjust them with these sliders right here. You can also use transparent gradients, which is pretty amazing to create nice effects on your designs. And you can give a name to your color. Something essential in the brand kit is to set your branded fonts. And if it happens that you have a logo, you can also add your logo from here. And I do suggest you upload the SVG file of your logo so you can then easily change the color on your logo while designing. Feature number 2 in Canva that has helped me save a lot of time while creating visuals or social media posts is to use the templates. I know that Canva, it's pretty easy to use, but you don't need to start from a blank page, especially if you are not a designer. So you're going to go to the side panel, click here, and then you are going to start searching for what you need. What I do suggest in here is that you are pretty precise with your searches. So in my case, if I were to create an Instagram post, I will need to do something before actually coming here to Canva. I will need to have clear what kind of content I want to add in this visual. So I will need to have a note before designing, having very clear if I need titles, body text, images in my design, and also if I want to create a single image post or a carousel with multiple pages. And in this case, how many pages do I need in my carousel? You need to have this very clear because it will help you choose the right template for your design. Now, I'm going to search for an Instagram post, but I'm going to be a little bit more precise. What kind of post I want to create? So let's say that I want to create a design for our membership launch. So Instagram post launch. I want my design to have just a single image, so not a carousel. And in this case, you can see that all of the results are just one image. And I can see that by hovering on these thumbnails. Let me just give you a quick example. Instead of Instagram post, what happens if I search for Instagram carousel, hit enter. When I hover on these designs, you can see that we have multiple pages. So we have 5 pages on this design. This one also has 5 different pages and so on. You can see here it has 4. Now let me go back because I want to work with one of these designs. And I know that I just want to have a big title and maybe just 2 text boxes more, one for the URL and another one for a call to action. So something very minimal, something very basic. So in this case, instead of going for something like this, you see that we have a big title, subtitle, body text, dates, and so on. It has a lot of information in here. This is not the kind of design I will go to. I would prefer to choose something like this. We have a title. We can, like show some screenshots of our membership. We can use this space to put our own URL, and maybe we can use this text box here for the CTA. So this template, I will be able to use it. And like this, I can scroll down and see if any of these other templates will be useful for what I need to create today. So when you are searching for your design, instead of paying a lot of attention to how the design looks, pay attention to the text boxes, and if you are going to be using images, also if the design is using images as well. So for example, in here, this one has a frame in which you can add an image, your custom image. You have here different frames, you can add your custom image. But let's say, for example, this template here, we only have text and 2 elements. This one won't be useful if you want to add images to your design. Now, let me go up. I'm going to use something very minimal. I'm going to go for this design here. And before this, if you are new to Canva, there is something very important to pay attention before selecting your template. If you have a Canva paid account, you can use any of the designs available in this search result. But if you are using a Canva free account, you can only use the design without a label, like for example this one here and these designs right here. So this is for you to pay attention to the little crown. That means that these are premium templates. Now, if you want to use any of these templates, click on the thumbnail and then customize this template, which is going to take you to the Canva editor. Now, let me show you feature number 3 that is going to save you a lot of time while designing in Canva, and that is related to the foundation, the brand kit. Now, as you can see, we are here in the editor. We have the template that I selected a few seconds ago, and we're going to go to design. You're going to click here to keep this window fixed. And now, as you can see, we have 2 different tabs. We are now located under templates, but if you click styles, you can then access your brand kit. So from here, you can quickly change the style of this template so it looks like your brand. In this case, with just one click, I'm going to change the fonts so they have our branded font. So I'm going to click here in brand fonts, and as you can see, now all of the fonts in the design are Montserrat. Let me go back to show you. These are the original fonts in the design, and we have the font Aileron. So all of the fonts are the same, and once I click here, with just one click, I now have Montserrat in all of the text boxes. And now again, I can also change the colors on this design by clicking on my branded color palette. So I'm gonna click here once, and you can see that the colors already changed. But if I continue clicking here, I will start shuffling the color combinations on this design. We don't have many elements on this design, so it's a little bit difficult to see. So let me delete the image in the background and let me shuffle the colors again so you can see how this works. Now I'm gonna stay with this color combination, and now just give me a couple of seconds to customize the text in this design. Now, let me show you the before and the after. As you can see, in just a couple of minutes, you can take any template into a branded design thanks to the brand kit. This was something pretty easy, and I didn't have to start with a blank page. Now, let me delete this page because we don't need it anymore. Now let me show you another feature that is pretty new. It was launched last year. This one will allow you to host different formats in the same Canva design. So let me change, for example, here the name of this design for the collab launch, but let's delete the Instagram post because we are going to host here not only this Instagram post, but let's create, for example, a YouTube thumbnail. We're gonna do this by clicking on this arrow. You can see that it says add page type. So I'm gonna click here, and then we have here a menu with different format options. So you can add in the same Canva document, sheets, documents, presentations, whiteboards, and other social media formats, videos, and so on. I'm gonna go to more because I want to search for a YouTube thumbnail. You can see here YouTube thumbnail. I'm clicking here, and now I have a different format in the same document. So you can see in page 1 Instagram post, and now page number 2 YouTube thumbnail. What I find interesting is that when you go to design, you will see templates related to this format. So you can see different thumbnails available in the search result. And now from here, you can follow exactly the same steps. You can use any template and quickly customize it so it looks branded. So remember, design styles, change the colors, add your branded fonts, and then change the photos for your own. Now, if you are still watching this video, is because you are either a content creator or you want to start creating content to promote your products or services. If this is you, I believe you need to check our membership so you can turn content into a business. In here, we give you the structure, the guidance, and also you'll be surrounded by a community of creators like you. If you are interested in this membership, I suggest you join before the 31st of January to enjoy a founding special price. And to learn more about the membership, the link is in the description. Now it's time for me to show you a couple of features that will make your design process feel smooth and also will make your designs look more professional. One of them is the go-to page. Once you start using the feature that allows you to have different formats in the same document, you will see that your Canva documents will quickly add an important amount of pages. And by using the go-to page feature will take you to the page where you need to design instead of wasting time scrolling and scrolling to get to that page. So let me close this grid view and show you here the go-to page. When you click on this little menu, you can add here the number of the page where you need to go. So in this case, let's say that I want to go to the page 125. I'm gonna hit enter and this will take me directly to this YouTube banner that we used a couple of weeks ago. And here's an extra tip if you are working in a team and you want to provide a link to a specific page. You're going to right click on the page that you want to share. And then from here, you're going to copy link to this page. If you give this link to somebody who has already access to this document and they click on this link, they will land on this page. Another feature that has allowed us to create more professional looking designs is the edit menu. So when you click on any photo, you will see this floating menu on top, and when you click edit, you will see a menu appearing on the left. From here, you can click on this auto adjust button, so Canva automatically adjusts all of these settings down below and make your photo look more appealing. If there is something that you don't like about this auto adjust, you can simply go here to the settings and adjust manually. Now let me show you something pretty cool. You can delete or erase little details from your image quite simple with the AI in Canva. You're going to click on your image, go to edit, and from here select magic eraser. You're going to then select the area you want to erase. In this case, let me just brush over these baby hairs, just a couple of them. I don't need to delete them all, and then hit erase. And it is as simple as that, just a couple of seconds, and now I have a more polished photo of myself. Another pretty cool feature that a lot of people love in Canva is the background remover. As you can see, I have this image in here, and once I click on the background remover, it will take a couple of seconds for Canva to remove the background. And with an image like this, you can create pretty amazing effects, like for example, adding text behind your photo. So you're gonna take position, layers, and bring the text behind, or even create something like this. You're going to duplicate this text box and add a holo effect, change the color to white or another cool color. And as you can see, now my photo is in between the text behind and the holo text in front. And another thing I believe it's quite valuable about the background remover that not many people know is that you can remove the background on images but also on videos. So let me take for example this video here. I'm going to remove the audio and simply click background remover. We're going to wait a couple of seconds as well. And now let me just move here a couple of elements, change this text box so you can clearly see that we don't have anything in the background. Remember that I had a white wall behind me, and now I can see the text behind me. Another pretty useful feature for creators are mockups, and you can find them in two different categories inside Elements. So let me go to Elements, and from here you can go to Frames. You can see that we have some devices category, so you can use the laptop, phone, tablet, and then you can insert your own images in here. So I'm gonna insert, let's say, a GIF. You can also insert images. We have a funny one here, or like something related to work, like for example this one. But you also have another category here inside Elements. Let me go back, which actually is called mockups. In here you will find a huge variety of mockups. But now let me show you something that it's a little bit hidden. You can create static mockups, like for example this one. You can see that nothing is happening. We can just see a photo inside a smartphone. And now let me show you a pretty cool trick that maybe many people don't see, and it is that there are video mockups. So let me go to smartphones and see all. And from here you will see that on top we have images or static mockups, and then below we have video mockups. So let me show you, for example, this one. We see a smartphone, but it's actually moving. So let me bring this one to the design, and now let's add, let's say, the same image. I'm just going to drag and drop it. It's loading, and now it's ready. Now let me show you. This is a static mockup. Nothing is happening, and let me just bring this full screen and show you the difference. Static mockup and a video mockup. You can see the mobile phone moving. We have a pretty cool animation happening in there. So this one will be pretty useful if you are creating video content. And now that I'm here in the uploads section, I'm gonna show you a trick that will make the design process much faster. So you can see in here that I have a lot of images in the uploads section, and when I need to find an image that I have uploaded a couple of weeks ago, maybe a couple of months ago, I will need to scroll down a lot and waste a lot of time to find that image. If you want to make this process faster, simply upload your images in folders. You can see that now we have this new tab. So we have images, videos, audio, and folders. From here, you're going to create a folder and then simply upload the images to that folder. Or you can also do like this. You can organize the images you have already uploaded. Let me select this here, for example. And I'm going to click on this folder icon, go to uploads, and I can create a new folder from here. So you can see I'm moving these two items, create a new folder, and then I'm going to name this folder 2025 Australia, move to new folder. So now every time that I'm looking for those photos, instead of endlessly scrolling down my image tab, I simply need to go to folders, click 2025 Australia, and I will have them here ready to use. Another feature that has been saving me a lot of time is the download page feature. So as I told you, you can create now different or multiple formats in the same document. In this case, I have a lot of images for our membership platform. We have reel covers, YouTube covers, logos, and so on. And we have more than 100 pages. So instead of going to, like share, download, these are already 2 clicks, and then I need to click here, PNG, 3 clicks, select the page, 4 clicks, click done, 5 clicks, download. It's like 6 different clicks. But if I know exactly the page that I want to download, I'm gonna download, let's say, this thumbnail here. I'm simply going to right click, download page, and then from here, if you want to change the file type, you can do it from here. It is a PNG as suggested. This is perfect. And remember that I just right click, clicked on download page. These are 2 clicks. I don't need to select the page because it's already selected. And in 3 clicks, I'm downloading my design. This is a game changer, and I have been using it non-stop since they added this feature. Another feature that you can use to save time to download elements on your designs is, for example, here we have this thumbnail, but let's say that I just want to download these 2 text boxes. I'm going to select them, right click, click and download selection. And then from here, if you have a Canva Pro account, you can select if you want to download it with a transparent background and then simply click download. And the last tip that I have for you today, but one that I believe is quite valuable because it is not only going to save you time but also memory space on your laptop, is to check the platforms that you are using to upload these Canva designs. Some of them already have a Canva connection or a Canva integration. So in this case, I'm using Metricool, and as you can see in this place where we are going to add the images or the social media posts, we have Canva. So I already have connected Canva with my account, and I simply need to click here, search for the design. You can see here the one that I just created with you at the beginning of this tutorial. You're going to select the quality, continue, and the design will be exported directly from Canva to Metricool. So I don't have to go to the Canva design, export the design, save it on my computer, and re-upload it to this other platform. Please check if the other platforms that you are using have this Canva integration. Trust me, it will save you a lot of time. And something that has really helped us throughout the years to be consistent on social media is to have a content calendar. And because last year Canva launched Canva Sheets, we moved from Google Sheets to Canva Sheets. So now we have all our content calendar in Canva. We already have a tutorial on our channel where I show you how to create one content calendar using Canva Sheets, so you can watch it here. And if you like the workflow I showed you in this video, you are really going to love the Run the Collab, which is a membership in which we go deeper in the workflows that we use and that will help you build a content business. So if you are interested in our membership, make sure to check this link right here. I think that's it for this tutorial, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!